On the show today, the Sixers getting a nice little break because they're not idiots who want to win the NBA Cup, wasting their time for a stupid thing that doesn't mean anything. Also, the NBA referees officially attacked the Sixers broadcast team, another Embiid for Kawhi suggestion, and a debate about who the new Danny actually is. The Rights to Ricky Sanchez podcast is presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Sign up for DraftKings Sportsbook by using promo code RTRS. And brought to you
by this fucking bug.
Oh, sorry, I'm not looking. I'm looking at the sponsorship. You okay?
Heat-seeking missile. I'm in the middle of a podcast. I'm at the beginning of a podcast.
Yeah. Well, man, sometimes it's a cleaning person. Sometimes it's a bug.
Anything could happen here.
Yeah. I said by using promo code RTRS. And brought to you by Body Bio. Get 20% off any Body Bio order with promo code August at bodybio.com. Anthony Degli Obizzi, the official financial planner of the Ricky. You can text Ricky to 484-471-4873. LL Pavorsky Jewelers, where Rights to Ricky Sanchez listeners go and get engaged. And Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka, the official canned cocktail of the Ricky. The pre-order for the 2 new Ricky t-shirts ends on Monday. So, okay, the answer. Will you have it by Christmas? No, you will not have the t-shirt by Christmas. But could you buy it by Christmas and then wrap up a little piece of paper with a picture of the t-shirt? You could absolutely do that. They're being sold at Shibe Vintage Sports. There's 2 of them. One is the black and gold takeoff of the logo we all love from about 20 years ago. And the other one is a 2-sided, charcoal colored t-shirt with the new logo on the pocket area, and then a cool logo on the back. So they're at Shibe Vintage Sports. You can just search Sanchez there, or we will put the links in the description to this podcast. Fly the Process in New Orleans. Going to be awesome. February 20th to the 23rd, we go with fans of Philly. You should come with us. There's a special live pod the Sunday morning after the game. The game is on Saturday. The Sunday morning at the game at the legendary jazz venue, Preservation Hall. But space for that is super, super, super limited. So if you're interested in going on the trip, you should sign up now. The trip includes everything. You don't have to worry about anything. Your flight, the airport transfers, the hotel, the game tickets, the party before, the t-shirt. It'll be awesome. So go to rightstoRickySanchez.com/fly to reserve your spot, or you can email joe@fansofphilly.com if you need a custom spot. Somebody called and left a voicemail for us asking me to get back to them so I could take their deposit. I texted that person. They never responded. Just go to the website or email Joe. Happy 4th birthday to Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka. Hard to believe that Surfside's been around for 4 years. Really is. Because first it was vodka, then it was the sodas, then it was Surfside. And Surfside has taken over the world. It's taken over the world, and rightly so. They have as good an argument for it as anyone. It tastes amazing. All the varieties. There's something for everyone. Maybe you don't like the iced tea. Maybe you just want lemonade and vodka or strawberry lemonade and vodka. They have that. Maybe iced tea, lemonade and vodka, green tea and vodka. They all just the right amount of sweetness. 2 grams of sugar, 100 calories.
I got the bug.
No. Oh, congratulations.
Got it. Flying
no
around.
Bubbles. Because
me during a Surfside ad, not a chance.
Yeah, fucker. Iced tea should not have, or lemonade shouldn't have bubbles, so it doesn't. You can get it wherever you get your canned cocktails, or just go to drinksurfside.com. You got to be 21. Please enjoy it responsibly. Without any further ado, Amos and the chef.
We were right, y'all. We were right. Even when it went wrong, we were right. We was right, y'all. We were right. So say the name. Say the name. We were right, y'all. We were right. Even when it went wrong, we were right. We were right, y'all. We were right. So say the name. Say the name. Say the name.
Welcome to the Rights to Ricky Sanchez podcast. I'm Spike Gaskin, along with a guy that does not care about the NBA Cup one little bit. Why would he? That is one Mike Levin.
They want you to lose.
Yes.
It should be, that's what it should be.
Yes.
Losing
You
the
lose so
cup.
you don't have to play extra
want a
games
cup?
and travel.
Oh, talking about a cup? I'm in it for the bowl.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about cups?
You're
I'm in it for the bowl.
Before we get to the ref controversy from Sunday's game against the Atlanta Hawks, I've had to proclaim this several times. The anti-Jared McCain sentiment is growing among Sixers fans. People are now. There is a core of people who are frustrated that he's not getting minutes. Those people I understand, and I'm with you. But there is another core of people who are like, this guy just isn't any good. And I would just like to, I know my flag has been planted firmly within the Jared McCain supporter group. I would continue to plant that flag. And I am willing, if anyone wants to get rid of their belief in Jared McCain, I will collect it and become a monster made of Jared McCain support, in that I completely believe he will be fine. And I think if you were to give up now, it's pretty silly given the sample size we've had in both seasons even. So would just like to reaffirm my belief in McCain. I think he's going to be fine.
He's been bad. He's been bad. He was scoreless in 18 minutes against the Hawks. Hawks, a team, especially without Trae Young, that have like a ton of big, long defenders that can make his life difficult. Mm-hmm. He's not supremely fast. He's not supremely long. He's not supremely athletic. His shot, he can get a shot off pretty quick. He's got good body control, but he's always going to struggle with that unless he is like completely singular off ball, and his handle's got to get better. So I'm certainly not selling any stock.
Because I was about to buy yours. It sounds like you're ready to sell, and
I just want to be realistic about like what we've seen so far.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It hasn't been good. I still think he's going to be good, and I certainly don't think the Sixers should trade him now, because that is a real sell low situation. I wonder what Daryl thinks. I wonder what Nurse thinks and what those conversations are with them. There was a couple games off.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Continue.
We're in the middle of a nice long break right now.
Yes.
Another one. Couple games off.
It's amazing.
Maxey missed 2 games. Jared McCain doesn't like up his minutes usage. And I thought, we talked about it last pod, send him down to the G League. Let him get 35 minutes. Let him get a ton of opportunities. They send Justin Edwards and Adem Bona down to the G League. Justin Edwards has a great game. I think he saw 37, 4 of 8 from 3, dominant. Jared McCain doesn't go. So I don't know if that's an agent thing. If that's no, he's in our rotation, we don't need to send him there thing. Who knows? But he is out of sync. He does not really have a role, and it hasn't been good. That being said, I don't think that precludes it from getting good eventually, but I think if we're appraising it honestly, he played 23 games last year. He was great for 15 of them. He's played 16 games this year, and he really hasn't been great in any of them. Yeah. He's been pretty good in a couple, but he has not popped yet this year in ways that he has last year. So he's come back from injury. He's young. He's played so few games, all that. But it's hard to argue. It's not only that he's missing threes and he's shooting, 34% from deep. He was over 38 last year.
Well,
but the
now
concerning thing is the twos. He was 53% from twos last year, and he's 39% on twos this year, and that's dangerous. But he's just been bad, and hopefully he gets better.
And to be fair on the threes, if he had hit, I don't know, 3 more of those, would he be shooting 37%?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So,
but that's why the twos are more concerning to me than the threes, because the threes can turn so quickly. But if you're really struggling to get easy offense on that level, and the assist numbers are not great. Like you kind of he had 5 in this one, but it doesn't seem like he's generating a ton of offense yet. So I think mainly my assessment of it now is he has not been good. I think mainly it is a return from injury thing and a finding a consistent role on this team thing. And so definitely not writing off the idea that he could become the guy we saw last year, but I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit concerned at this point.
I agree with you that he hasn't played well. I can't get concerned. I like the injury thing is big. Like, remember, he didn't have the easy meniscus tear surgery, where not easy, but where they remove the part, they do the repair part. He didn't have a real off season. He came back and he immediately got injured again. And I do think if they were bad, like he would, now this sounds like an indictment. If they were bad, he'd probably be playing 28 minutes and looking a lot better because they'd let things run through him. But they are in the very, very strange position of trying to let their young guys grow, but also win basketball games because they have to win basketball games. So, but I think he'll be fine. I do.
Concerning thing to me is him not looking any different when Maxey is out. That's 2 games Maxey's out. He doesn't get a bump. He doesn't play more. That's, I think, a little bit alarming to me. And you give the ball to VJ or Grimes or PG to run your offense instead. That certainly says something about where Nick Nurse thinks he is currently.
Well, that is the other thing, is that I think if we were to put Nick Nurse on a lie detector test, he's probably never been that big a fan. That would be my guess, is that if he believed in him better, he would probably, and again, I'm not blaming Nick Nurse for Jared McCain not playing well. I don't think it's his fault. Well, but I think if he believed in him more, he would probably make it more of a focus. And I think he probably doesn't believe him, and he's probably not his kind of player either. I wonder if he's his kind of player either.
Well, I mean, I think the offense, that's surprising to me because the Van Vliet Lowry similarities, obviously they're not one-to-one players, but like as small guards that can shoot, and that are like theoretically all high IQ players.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, both Lowry got to Nurse when he was way older. Van Vliet was older when he started playing Camp out of Wichita State. So I wonder if it's just this guy is too young and physically disadvantaged. But I don't know. I mean, I guess to me, I would love to see some lie detector, some hear the actual conversations between Daryl and Nick,
yes.
Because even if you don't think that McCain can be the third tentpole player on this team, with Maxey and Edgecombe in the future, beyond the current sort of in between era that they're in, then you want him to at least perform at a level that you can go, hey, my ill-fitting piece for your better fitting piece. And you can sort of arrange it where everybody benefits. And if there's like a big wing type guy, then that's a nice fit for a team that is there. You could think about, the Magic come to mind. Obviously right now, McCain isn't going to get you Franz or Paolo, obviously, but like that kind of thing where you have 2 players that kind of don't fit together and you need a more ball dominant guard, my stuff or your stuff. You would want them to play more. And he hasn't been playing more, and that's not a priority, 16 games into his season. But I wonder when it becomes that, whether it's this season or next season or whatever, off season, something, where you go like, all right, McCain is not someone we think of as someone that is the building block, but at least we want to showcase him so we can trade him for someone that we think could and make him look good. So hasn't happened, might happen. Or maybe they just he's working in slowly and it's not that good yet and he's going to get there.
Yeah. I think that's probably the latter. Are you a Paolo guy? I've never been.
I mean, it's not my kind of player generally. The
he just seems
slowish, ball dominant,
kind of
mid-rangey type of thing. Like Carmelo, Rudy Gay, that kind of deal. but it's hard to deny that he's not very good, and that as like a huge wing with ball skills that competes on both ends, like that's the kind of player you need to win championships, and we don't have that. And on some level, we've never had that as a Sixers team, like big wing that can just do anything on the court. And if you can get into his head, like, hey, if your shot diet is this, if you can get the ball out of your hands like this, then we can have a this level offense. Not saying that's going to happen, but the package is so enticing even at the stage it's in now. He's really, really talented, and the frame is incredible. It'd be really nice to have that kind of big body at the 4.
The Rights Ricky Sanchez podcast is brought to you by Body Bio. Body Bio, simply, their catchphrase is, they'll turn you into a big body at the 4. Nah, that's not what they're going to do. They do care about your body, though. If you go to bodybio.com and use code August, you get 20% off everything. We love that Body Bio cares about you. We love that Body Bio cares about its products enough to make sure that they test every single batch of every single product. And if it doesn't meet their standards, it doesn't go out. This is one of the things that Body Bio is able to do because they are a little more nimble, a little smaller than those big ones you see at the grocery store or whatever. There's a reason that like doctors and stuff recommend Body Bio, and the other stuff is sitting on the grocery store shelves. In any case, Body Bio's got a lot of great products. We've talked about Elite a lot. We've talked about Butyrate.
Let me talk about Elite now.
Yeah, talk about it.
Because had my playoff game on Monday night.
Yes.
Top 4 seeds make the playoffs.
Like
In the middle of an ad.
When I play, I'm pretty.
Well, what do you did it?
I didn't even think that it could happen mid-ad.
Sign me.
I take Elite because I get cramps when I play basketball, and I had a big playoff game, and the rules were we were the 2 seed. So if we won the first round, we would then immediately play in the championship game.
Oh, you need the
right
Elite
afterwards.
for that. Yeah.
And so I need to not cramp up. I have cramped up in the past in these situations.
Yep.
And so I was hammering Body Bio during the day. I was taking it raw the way Spike takes it. I was sprinkling it, drinking it all day from
Raw
my big
dog in
jug.
it. Yeah.
Got this big jug, and I was taking it, and we did win the first game, played well. I had 19. It was a good team win across the board. My legs feeling great, no cramping. But I did. The Body Bio can do a lot for you. It can't just get you in superior shape, and my lack of stamina did catch up to me, and we did lose in the championship game, and I had 11, but not as good of a game. And their best defender took me out. I was completely ineffective.
You're worried about the song. You're worried about the song. We're in a minute.
You want look, Mike's invested in this. Mike from Body Bio invested in this.
Yes.
He was helping me out. He got me to the championship game. And
Yeah.
I let him down, and I didn't deliver. But
That's
my
all right.
legs did not cramp up once during the game. If you deal with leg cramps, Elite is absolutely huge for you, and it was huge for me, and I take it all the time.
And the great thing about Elite is there's no artificial flavors, there's no artificial colors, there's no sugar or anything. It's just it's like a clear liquid that's basically pure electrolytes. You put a little bit in the water, in the morning, in the evening, and it solves that problem. I would get the cramps like not when I was even exercising, when I'd be sleeping, it was laying in bed or something. It was when I was driving. It was terrible.
Yeah, that happens.
In any case, all of Body Bio's products, remineralized, I was going to talk about, butyrate, all those things. You can learn all about them at bodybio.com. But you get 20% off anything at any time if you just use code August at bodybio.com. That is code August at bodybio.com. Body Bio, we love you. So the Sixers played on Sunday night. It was a competitive game. They played in Atlanta. Maxey didn't play, but another great Paul George game, another great VJ Edgecombe game. But
I mean, this is the Paul George game. Shooting from a shooting perspective, for sure.
Yep. So there was this moment toward the end of the game where the Sixers are down 1, and I think there's 3.5 seconds left, and the Hawks are trying to inbound, and they have to call timeout. Then they're trying to inbound again, and there's this moment. CJ, why don't you show this moment where
Keel has it, and the Sixers are yelling.
it was glitchy. There we go.
The Keel has it, and the Sixers are yelling.
I'll bring up the slower version.
Yeah. Let's look at the slower version. That one's not working too well. In any case,
Slow it down for me.
Yeah,
Let's
slow it down.
ease into this thing.
What really happens is CJ's about to bring up the slow one. There it is. Here we go.
So they're inbounding in the front court.
Oh, that is not.
Nikhil Alexander-Walker
There we go.
touches it.
There we go.
There,
One.
one step, two step, and then starts his dribble
In the back.
into the backcourt.
Yes.
Embiid immediately loses his mind.
Yep. Nick Nurse loses his mind. VJ Edgecombe's like, what's going on? Why do I have to foul him? And the other thing is you could have just called a foul on Edgecombe there, but whatever. So everyone wants a backcourt violation. The referees seem completely confused by Nurse's request. And you can't challenge it because you can't challenge that a foul or that a thing happened or whatever. So if you can hear later in the clip, Alaa goes nuts and he's like, you guys got to do your job. Alaa is pretty, could we play what Alaa said here? CJ, do you have that? Here we go.
Said again.
And it comes to Alexander Walker.
That's a backcourt.
And that's what Nick Nurse is saying. That's what Nick Nurse is saying. Because he got it in the front court.
Yes. That is obviously a backcourt.
If he caught.
Watch where he catches this. He's in the front court. Look at that. His foot's in the front court. The ball's in the front court. Said again.
Okay. So Alaa goes nuts. Days later, 2 days later, the NBA referee's official Twitter account tweets out, this was not a backcourt violation and has never been a backcourt violation. For those calling the game, there is a responsibility to know the NBA rules and explain them correctly in order to properly educate the fans, at Alaa tweets. See the below thread for more examples. So they post examples that don't seem to be a similar situations. One, the ball gets poked out of the guy's hands. Aaron, I think what's her last name? Grugan from Liberty Ballers did a nice little rundown of everything they did and goes into the rule book. And, they're continually talking about momentum, but in this particular section of the rule book, there is nothing about momentum at all. So then Alaa responds, first off, thanks for the exposure. Free pub, I'm grateful. However, your post only makes us question your decision-making even more. You thought you were helping yourselves with this. Huge miss. Keep up the stellar work, and thanks for watching. Stay petty, Secaucus. Now, you might think it's over there, but it's not. As the referees responded again, the momentum and positive position language of the backcourt rule has been referred to as, quote, obscure several times over the past 24 hours. Although not a play seen often, the phrase positive position has been synonymous with momentum in NBA officiating and rules discussion with broadcasters, players, and coaches for years. NBA referees are extensively trained on the rules and their real-time application. That's our expertise. Media members are also offered extensive resources from the league to better learn the rules of our game. And referees
I hate better learn the rules of our game. If someone said that to me, I'm pulling out a knife and I'm swinging.
And referees are always open to questions. Shout out to Bob Rathman for immediately knowing this rule on his broadcast, because media voices shape how fans understand the game, which is why accuracy matters. Accurate rules knowledge serves everyone. Now, Mike, I ask you this. Is it possible that this was pent-up frustration from the NBA referees, as Alaa has assumed that every call against the Sixers for the last 3 years was the wrong call?
CJ, can you just keep the slow motion version on loop this entire time while we talk about it? I just want to see how mad I can make myself.
Well, it was obviously a backcourt violation. His feet were down. He caught it. I don't know what to. If you're running backwards with the ball, there's always momentum going that way. And there's nothing in that rule that says the word momentum. And then the response from the idiot fucking referees that positive position and momentum are synonymous. What are you even talking about? Positive position isn't a real. I'm sorry. What is your opinion on this?
There is no movement without momentum. No one's
yeah.
ever moved without there being some sort of movement. That's not how it works. That is not only a backcourt violation, that's a touchdown in the NFL.
Yeah. Did he do the toe drag?
If this is 1-2, if this is the rule and the refs are saying, yes, this is the rule, then the rule is fucking stupid. Everybody in the world, we don't have to get so arcane about it. Everybody in the world knows that this is a backcourt violation.
Yeah,
he catches the ball in the backcourt. It's not like he tips it. It's not like he tips it to himself.
In the front court.
Sorry, he catches the ball in the front court and then takes 2 steps into the backcourt and dribbles.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is insane that this should be considered not a backcourt violation. There's no way Nickeil Alexander-Walker was like, I'm so confident in this rule that I know that I can do this. Not a chance.
No, he screwed up.
Not a chance. He screwed up, and the pass was bad. Really horrible thing to happen at the end of a game. They're down anyway, whatever. But like, this is the kind of thing
down
where
one. They were only down one, and they would have had the ball with 2.5 seconds left, down one, as opposed to down 3 with 1.5 seconds left. It's a huge difference.
If this isn't a backcourt violation, then backcourt violations should not exist. There is no reason for them to exist if this isn't a backcourt violation. He catches the ball in the front court. He catches it cleanly right away. He's not bobbling it. He catches it right there. Catch, 1, 2 into the backcourt, dribble. That should be a backcourt violation. It is insane that it's not. It's insane that the NBA refs official Twitter account is like getting all big balls about this. Like, go fuck yourselves. This is insane. Like, the rules of our game, absolutely lick my scrotum. Like, no interest in this whatsoever. I hate refs. I hate every form of ref, and they shouldn't be able to walk among us in polite society. Never have been. Embarrassing. Should be embarrassed to exist. That ref standing right there pointing at the ground being like, yep, that's backcourt. There it is. Brutal.
They should be embarrassed. Gross.
I'm embarrassed.
It's egregious.
Pathetic.
Embarrassing.
Awful.
It's really, really bad. It's so frustrating.
Everybody should be a little embarrassed.
And
really nice.
This season is turning me into a fucking ref guy. It's turning me into a ref guy. Do you know what else I've noticed this season? It is like an epidemic of don't call the foul until you see whether the basket goes in or not.
Yeah.
It's an epidemic.
Yeah, they should be embarrassed about that too.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse. The refereeing this year has been, I'm not a ref guy. I'm not a ref guy. I'm not a ref guy. The refereeing this year has been atrocious. And that thing, did it go in? No? Okay, it's a foul. It did go in. It isn't a foul. It's ridiculous. It's getting worse.
It's pathetic. Like, that is a pathetic way to call the game. I'm fine if you want to say like, hey, we want to speed up the game. I liked the way that they called the end of last season. Was it last season or the season before? I think it might have been the season before, where all of a sudden like they just stopped calling fouls.
Yeah.
I like that. I thought that was good. Allow some physicality. Like, the stuff I don't like is, and this would obviously not benefit Embiid, is the like Jalen Brunson style, like,
yes,
I'm gonna act like I'm moving one way and then I'm flying in the other direction. And you, by simply, there's so much physicality on the court all the time. And then for whatever reason, when a ball handler has the ball and he like nudges in some direction, then the no physicality whatsoever is allowed. And so I find that to be annoying. Luckily I did not watch this play live.
You would have you would have put your foot through.
I don't know that I would be here today.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have been in some foreign prison.
You would have started a militia against refs, I think. Like a cult somewhere.
Really brutal stuff. But luckily I watched it later, so I wasn't hanging on every moment. But
honestly,
it would have been nice to win this game. If Maxey was there, they win. If the Hawks don't shoot 1,000,000% from 3, they win. PG had a nice game. Edgecombe had a nice game. Embiid, 14 rebounds. Good to see that.
Yeah.
So hard to get too annoyed, but would have been nice to get it.
You know what? It makes me think about refs. Did you see what Puka Nacua said today about refs?
I don't think I saw the official exact quote, but I saw people talking about it.
Paraphrasing, he said that those guys like sometimes call penalties just to get on TV so they can tell their buddies they called something and got on TV. They're like, hey, you see, I called pass interference. It wasn't really pass interference, but I wanted to get on TV. I think that's why the refs wait to see if the ball goes in or not, because if it goes in, they can do the like this fancy big and one show, and they get to be it's like refs on Broadway or something. They do their big fucking and one call or whatever. It's like Puka Nacua is right. He's got a point.
You should have to pass a test you should have to be a little bit shy to be a ref.
Yes.
You should have to hate the publicity. You shouldn't be allowed to have like a big personality or like to see yourself on screen.
Or have big muscles. You can't have big muscles either.
I would like fewer big muscles from refs for sure. You're doing nothing for me with those muscles. Those muscles are pointless. Those are absolutely useless muscles. The thing, I don't think the N1 they like it or the foul they like it, but the thing, I've said this before, the block charge call is really their moment to shine.
Oh yeah.
It's really when they do it. And they just love. I got called for a charge in my playoff game, and I was like, "You just wanted to do that. You just wanted to make the move. You just wanted to do it." This guy sliding in front of me as I'm driving and kicking.
Why is it a fine when Embiid does the crotch chop, but it's not a fine when the referee does they're putting their crotch first when
Hard
they
to
do
argue with that logic. Really hard to argue with it.
The Rights to Ricky Sanchez. The Rights to Ricky Sanchez podcast is brought to you by Anthony Degli Obizzi out of Monastra Group there in Monastra Financial Group in Delco. Anthony should be your financial planner, as he is for me. I know you're saying, Spike, you're old, right? You need a financial planner. You have a pretty good job, so you probably have money to be fine. Anybody could use it, because what it helps you do is plan for your present, plan for your future, help you realize that you can save for your future. You can, put away money for in case you lose your job, but also put away for retirement, also put away money for your kids or whatever, also for a vacation without putting away all your money all the time and then you can't live. No. What Anthony does is he takes something that is so overwhelming, and I say this all the time, but it was for me for years. I didn't even want to think about it because it seemed like too much. How am I going to figure it out? How am I going to figure out stocks and bonds and fucking life insurance? I was terrified of it. But what Anthony does is he just does it for you. It's very simple. Text the word Ricky to 484-471-4873. Now, I want to be clear, it's not just dumb guy stuff. So if you're into this kind of stuff and you want a partner to help you be really, really, really strategic and you want input and all those sorts of things, Anthony can help you with that too. But if you just need the regular stuff that seems too overwhelming for you to handle, Anthony is the guy. You can't be too young for it. You're 23 years old. I'm telling you, you could put $50 a month away and it will help. You will thank me in 20 years. Or if I was almost 40 when I started, actually saving, and I'm a much better place now 10 years later. So never too late either. Whether you move jobs and you don't know what to do with your old 401k, whether you don't know what life insurance is the right thing, anything financial wise, Anthony is going to take care of it. If you own your own business and you don't have a 401k administrator, he can do that as well. He's going to listen to what your plan is, what your goals are. He's going to help you get there. So text the word Ricky to 484-471-4873. That is Ricky to 484-471-4873. Get up a little conversation and find out if he's right for you. I bet he will be. Anthony, go talk to him. So there you go. The next thing was, I thought it was a good question, and then I started looking at the schedule, and maybe you'll have an answer for it. But I'm realizing that I really only have, I think, two answers to this. So Kent emailed in, rightsrickysanchez@gmail.com. Hey, Spike, Mike, and CJ. Not a lot of games to analyze right now, so maybe it's a good time to step back and look at the team's whole season so far. What do you think have been the Sixers' 3 best wins, and what were the 3 most painful losses? I know it sounds crazy, but I still think the best win was opening night against the Celtics. I haven't felt that kind of joy in a very long time. So that was a really, really good win. The win against the Warriors was
the Warriors
funny.
got to be up there.
Yeah,
that's got to be up there. I mean, that was a hell of a play. That was a really cool.
Yeah.
Video yearbook moment. Good to have some VJ highlight and then a Maxi highlight. That's as good as it's going to get.
And I don't remember what about the second win over the Celtics? I don't remember what happened in that one. November 11th, 100-102. Do you remember? I'm having trouble even remembering that game.
I'm pretty sure it was I think a Derek White missed chance to win it. Yeah, missed 3-pointer.
That's what it was. Yes.
Chance to win it with a second left. Yeah.
Yep.
Oubre had the game-winning bucket.
Oh, right.
That was good. I would also say the game winner from Grimes.
Oh yes,
it's nice to have a game winner. and pull those off. They've just been in so many close games that everything has felt bad. I would say the losing to the Magic by 1 million.
Okay,
was
yes,
tough.
that was bad.
That Lakers loss was frustrating. I felt frustrated by it, partially because I was sitting next to Alyssa.
Oh.
And that was frustrating. My wife, a Lakers fan, also a Sixers fan, but you know, she's from here, so that's where she was. That's where she's from.
The loss to the Bulls was pretty bad too.
Annoying loss to the Bulls. Good, yeah, the Vooch game winner.
Yep.
But it's mostly been. I mean, they've mostly been. There are a couple games over 500, but they've mostly been like very average, which is fine considering how many injuries they've dealt with and how guys are working back up to full strength and all that stuff. So, they've been like very average, and they're 14-11 right now, 25 games into the season. If the next 25 is, 15-10, and they have a little bit more of like, they're starting to really beat teams that put games away, maybe. Embiid's played in the last few. That's nice. PG starting to look like more consistently like himself. That was Paul's 10th game of the season a couple days ago. Embiid's 11th. I'd be okay with it. I'm right now. I'd be like, if they can get out of the play-in and be that 5th or 6th seed and give themselves a chance to win in the first round, then I think that's valuable experience for Maxey as the number one guy. Obviously, valuable experience for VJ. We'll see about all the other guys. Like, it's nice to be a normal team. It's weird. I almost talked about this with Chris Ryan a couple podcasts ago. It's weird to go from not caring about that stuff of like making the playoffs and then like what do you do there to now being like, well, we've been through that, and it's not like my goal of like I really just need them to win a championship, and that is still the priority, but right now there is not a path to do that. There's not like a button to press that, like, whether it's this year or in future years, makes them more competitive or raises their championship equity. You sort of just got to wait and see, and maybe make a couple moves on the fringes that turn into something else. And if PG or Embiid end up being tradable for some picks, where it's not like you're giving up picks to get rid of them or something like that, then that changes it. But right now it's like they're hamstrung by contract decisions, and they have a bunch of young players that are pretty good. Maxey's excellent. VJ is great. Let's see what can happen. Let's try to enjoy ourselves. I find, maybe I'm just older, but I'm finding that to be really not the same feeling as the pointless 2012 type of team. The Doug Collins, or before that, the Doug Collins type of teams, where you're just like, this is going nowhere ever.
Well, the big difference was
more boring NBA.
Yeah, I mean, they were not building toward anything. Now, you could say that, to your point, you could say that about the Sixers, is what are they building toward? But I do think you can squint and see a path eventually where they are building toward something. Now, those teams, they also had some young players. Like Drew Holiday was young and he was good, and Lou Williams was young and he was good. And, they had a mishmash of, I don't know.
But Lou is, I mean, Drew got better. Drew ended up being better than I thought he would be, for sure. But Lou is like a classic six man, not someone that you can build around. And Drew ended up being like a really like a role player plus that had a couple years beyond that.
Probably
and he's
a Hall
winning
of Famer.
player and he's useful, but like, it felt like, what are we doing here? We're not.
Yes, yeah. Well, also
just wasting our time.
The context is everything. I mean, like coming out of the last 10 years, we're just it's kind of a relief, honestly.
Yeah, and I think it's you're always looking for something that you don't have, right? Like,
yes, yeah.
The 10 years we've been doing this podcast for a million years, but when we started the pod, they had those seasons where they just like really had no upside towards the tail end of Iverson and then like beyond. And then a couple years they'd be like, oh, they're like scrappy and they have the night shift and
night shift. Old
like,
school Chevy.
Yeah, like Elton's back and he's doing his thing even though he doesn't have any legs anymore. And you're just sort of going and you're like, I'm tired of this pointless they were the most boring team in the league. We've talked about this for so long. They were the most boring franchise in sports from 2003 to 2012. They had absolutely nothing happen, and then
the Phillies took over.
Yeah, the Phillies.
Right
Well, the Phillies
around.
weren't boring. They were horrible.
Yeah,
I guess
okay,
it's a
yeah.
different thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, then now the last 10-ish years have been failing to meet expectations at a shrinking window of plausibility that they would get there. And now you're like, all right, I just want to kind of be a normal team and have fun guys to root for that also have upside. The benefit is I think Maxey and Edgecombe and maybe McCain have a lot more upside than the players on that team did, that 2012 team.
Yep. This is from Chad. Rights to Ricky Sanchez at gmail.com. Hey guys, Missouri listener here. There are dozens of us. I can't stop thinking about the pod. DraftKings now legal in Missouri. There are dozens of us. I can't stop thinking about the pod before Embiid decide to give us a throwback game. If we do move on from Embiid, who says no to an Embiid for Kawhi trade? We could include the Clippers pick and pick swap, which would allow them to lean into a rebuild. They could then trade Harden if they wanted. Kawhi is just as unreliable, but has 2 less years on his contract. It works with the salary cap. What are your thoughts? Man. I can't.
This is so uninspiring. He's obviously still elite when he's good, and probably more elite and more playable than Joel when he's fully at his best. But they got the same issues basically.
Yeah. I can't do the Uncle Dennis thing. I
don't want to deal. I just don't want to deal with that.
No.
I don't want to deal with hoping that the investigation takes so long that we can steal some more of his playable years.
Sixers. It is very Sixers.
But to trade for it, willing yourselves to do that.
Yeah. It sounds crazy.
And I guess the Nick Nurse Kawhi thing is kind of interesting. They won one together. I'm not invested in trading and seeing Kawhi and Paul George didn't do it for the Clippers, but they can do it here. That doesn't do anything for me either. I think in a world where you're trading, I'm certainly not trading the Clippers pick with that.
No,
because I still want to short them and bet something. Fine, whether that's making that pick eventually, and that being the next generation player that we get, or trading that in the next season or two, capitalizing on LA being bad and some other team, paying a premium price for that pick as if it's great before it gets to come to roost. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. The Rights to Ricky Sanchez podcast brought to you by Pavorsky Jewelers. Okay. What are we? So Hanukkah happening, Christmas in a week. You need a Christmas present or something. Fucking hit up LL. I mean, I don't know. Propose on New Year's Eve or some shit. Is it cliche? Yes. Does it matter? No. Do you have any other plans for New Year's Eve? Probably not.
For me, it's propose New Year's Day.
New Year's Day?
You're a little hungover. You're sleepy. You're in your pajamas.
Oh, that'd be cute.
That's the rest of your life,
move. Yeah. Do it right after brunch. Get a couple of Bloody Marys or something.
You're already the exciting thing happened last night. You're maybe a little bit fried. You're like, hey, you want to spend the rest of your life together?
Good time to make that decision. Look, LL is the only person that you can buy an engagement ring from. It is the law. If you've ever listened to this podcast once, you know how some in other countries, there's these laws that aren't like here. Well, this is one that's here. If you listen to this podcast and you get engaged, you have to buy the ring from LL. And he's got a lot of great deals going on right now for Christmas. So engagement ring, make an appointment with him. You know what to do. You know that whole deal. What's it called? But Christmas stuff, go to llpavorsky.com or get on the mailing list, or even give him a call or shoot him an email. He has a lot of great deals. He had the 12 deals of Christmas, but I'm telling you, jewelry on Christmas fucking works. Propose on Christmas. I don't care. Look, LL is the guy that you have to go to. Better experience, great guy, great product, take care of you. Treat you amazing, whether you're buying something very, very expensive or something not that expensive at all. He respects all of the Ricky people. And honestly, most of his customers now are Ricky people. You go into the store, there's 2 fucking Ricky logos in the store. I don't have any Ricky logos in my office. He's got 2 in the store. No walk-ins. Only by appointment. He does that so he can give you the right kind of attention. It's not a creepy thing. It's not an annoying thing. It's actually a very nice thing to go in there and know that you have his attention and that he's not rushing to go talk to somebody else who walked in. 215-627-2252 is the phone number. Email him, lee@llpavorsky.com. Supporting our charities, as always, Providence Animal Center and Mama T's Community Fridge, LL Pavorsky Jewelers.
If diamonds are a girl's best friend, what are diamonds' best friend? Pajamas. Propose this New Year's Day.
Wow, that's a long catchphrase. Non-basketball question. Do either of you have a take on gift exchanges? Have a favorite kind of gift exchange? The older I get, the more I would rather just buy something I need, but I also know that makes me a Scrooge. Lastly, I grew up in KC, lived in Philly for a bit. Now I'm back in KC. The Sixers are my favorite professional sports team, and all my Chiefs diehard friends don't get it. Proud to be one of the misunderstood sickos. Wow. Gift exchanges. I'm good with, so I don't do any right now. I wish we did because now everybody's buying too many presents for everyone else. Just my opinion. The Pollyanna where somebody gets somebody else, you know who you get them something. That way you have a chance to think of it, I think is great. The thing where everybody's trading gifts and you don't know who's going to get the gift, I think that kind of sucks.
Yankees swap. Yeah. I like that. That's a fun workplace thing. We always had a great one at How I Met Your Mother where I was an assistant. Those were very fun. I'm not good at giving gifts and I'm not great at receiving gifts. I just don't have that many interests. I have a podcast about the Sixers. And if someone got me a Sixers gift, which they have, I'm like,
ugh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I want this?
Yeah.
But that's not their fault. That's my fault. That's my own shit. Mostly I just like to hang out and go to dinner and be with my friends and play basketball. That's really what it all boils down to. So if you can get me any of those gifts, a massage, perhaps an experience, maybe those are nice. Facial, always good. But I'm just not great at giving gifts. And my procrastination, I don't procrastinate about everything, but gifts I really, really do. And that comes back to bite me a lot.
I think I'm a good gift giver. I am not a good gift getter. And the reason I'm not a good gift getter is, see if I can phrase this the right way. Like anything that I want that I probably can't buy for myself, I don't want anybody buying me. Like I live a good life.
Your own specs.
Like I can, like all I really like are hats and t-shirts and shit. And I buy all the ones that I want. So if you find a good one that you maybe think I didn't see, that's fine. But like, there's no like apple of my eye that, I just can't buy for myself that I would feel comfortable somebody else buying me. Yeah. So write me a nice note. That's what I'd like. A card with a heartwarming note inside. Tell me how much you mean to me, you piece of shit.
No.
Yeah.
Speaking of gifts, happy birthday to my mom.
Oh, happy birthday.
It's today.
Happy birthday.
She's probably watching this on her birthday.
Live?
Wondering if I was going to say anything. And guess what?
She watch live?
I did. Sometimes they watch it live. Sometimes they watch it live for sure. Or they'll watch it later. And then my mom will be like, your hair looks like this. Like some kind of comment like that about my appearance or how I say it. Something. She's engaged.
Well, good.
Very supportive.
Good. For years, I feel like your parents have
always
listened to the pod to check in on you.
They will be there they will be at Fly the Process, New Orleans.
Awesome. That's gonna be great. I'm pretty excited for
and Andy, who is
Andy's gonna be there.
Yeah, Andy and his son Ethan.
How many of the people that listen to the podcast currently, what percentage of our listeners, of our thousands of listeners, do you think know the lore between me and Andy? Like you ask and they would know. What percentage of the listeners? CJ, you know?
It's a tough look. CJ has to know.
I bet he doesn't.
My older brother.
I think I don't want to say it. I have a thought, but I'm not certain if it's correct. So
okay.
Well, Spike was fucking big dog on campus at Syracuse.
That's not true.
As a senior running the radio station like a fucking tyrant. And in comes my innocent babe of a brother, freshman,
Is that how
young
we're gonna frame
freshman
it?
calling himself, unfortunately,
Puff Andy.
Puff Andy. Shares nothing else similar to the proclivities of any puffs that he might have been named for otherwise in his radio personality. And Spike was just, had to show him what's what as the senior to a freshman
Well,
at Syracuse University in 2000? 1998?
no, I graduated in 99. So, that must have been, 97, 98, something like that. The even deeper was that it was such a weird setup because it was a student-run radio station, but the morning show was hosted by this guy named Paul Sibilia, who was like way older than us, didn't go to school there. I guess they wanted to bring in a pro radio guy. And there were all these little fucking freshmen that worked for the morning show that all thought they were hot shit, like your brother and fucking his buddy Crash. His name was Josh, but he called himself Crash. So it was Puff Andy and fucking
It's very funny
Crash.
for you to say his name was Josh, but he called him Crash. When your name is Brett,
called
and you
himself
call
Spike.
yourself Spike.
Yeah. Well, it worked out for me. Crash, wherever the fuck you are.
What if it worked out for Crash?
Maybe it did. Maybe. So
I feel like I know Crash.
Oh, really?
My brother will text me and I'll be like,
Pruce, I think his
Josh
name
Pruce.
was?
I remember Josh Pruce. Yeah, sure.
Wow, 30 years ago. And
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
But the funny part is that I did not know that Andy was Mike's brother.
Why would you? I was very young.
Yeah. And
I would have been 8 or 9 at the time.
Yes. Yep.
Now here we are.
Yeah.
100 years old, talking about the Sixers.
Again.
And for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
My buddy wrote an episode. I'm a writer on The Paper, which is the Office spinoff, and on a draft, a writer's draft of an episode, as a joke, my friend wrote me into it as a character, and it's a character listening to like headphones. This is not going to be in the show, so I'm not spoiling anything. It's not going to be in it. Listening to headphones and someone talking to him, and it's like Mike answers, and he's like, "The Sixers are crushing it." And I was like, that would never happen. I would never say that. And that would never happen. So even as a bit, it was not accurate enough to live on in any way. But it was a nice gesture.
I wasn't going to bring this up, but we brought up the trade thing. And I like, it reminded me of a couple of other questions I've gotten about Embiid trades. We got this from Matt. Rights to Ricky Sanchez at gmail.com. Dear Rights to Ricky Sanchez folks, I've heard a lot of chatter about the Sabonis and other creative trade ideas, but that seems like setting up for another middling team without upside. I would prefer to avoid half measures and want to go all in on Jaren Jackson Jr. A simple trade of Embiid plus the 2028 Clippers pick and the 23rd 36ers pick for Jaren Jackson Jr. and Brandon Clark, which also achieves ownership's goals of getting under the tax. Thoughts?
This is one that was kicked around a little bit. We didn't talk about it the last time we talked about Embiid.
Well,
the Grizzlies are.
It would never happen.
In what way?
Well, the cost of getting off of Embiid is maybe 2 first-round picks. Then there's the cost of whatever Jaren Jackson Jr. is. Mm-hmm. So we're maybe half of value of what Jaren Jackson Jr. would be. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Could you talk yourself into the Clippers pick counting for like an unprotected Clippers pick counting for more than just one regular pick?
It's too far away.
I agree with that.
2028, it's like it's a wish, but also they could figure something out by 2028. They're in Los Angeles. They'll spend money.
And Jaren's still too young.
Yeah.
I mean, like, a more likely thing is like my stuff for my bad stuff for your bad stuff, and that would be like a Ja Morant situation.
Yes, and no thanks. Well, no. He's not even good.
Embiid and the
anymore.
Clippers pick and McCain for Ja and Brandon Clark.
No, I don't want Ja Morant. No.
Okay.
No. It's more bullshit.
Yeah.
Do you know what was so attractive to me about the Sabonis thing? And I understand why people push back. Is it just seems like there's no bullshit with him.
Yeah.
Now he's hurt this year or whatever, but
Sabonis would be in that a little bit in that like 2012 type player. He's made an All-Star game. He's a good player. He would help here. He wouldn't be their best player, like all that stuff. But it feels a little bit like intentionally lowering the ceiling.
Yes, a little bit.
And playing a safe. Yeah.
But also as I mentioned, there is something a little bit more Houston-y in that, hey, we can at least be good and functional and maybe win a couple of playoff rounds with this guy as I figure out what the next thing is.
And there's something to be said for breaking your big contracts up into even slightly smaller ones. Like Jaren right now this year makes 35. Next year he makes 49. And then he's in another altitude. And he's been a good player at 35. At 49, you're kind of asking him to do more stuff
than he's ever done.
Yeah. The Grizzlies are, Zach Edey's good. And I've always really liked Zach Edey. He's a good player. He's got really good touch. He is on my currently tanking execs fantasy basketball team. And Cedric Howard has looked good. And Santi Aldama is a good player. But I'm trying to find like where does Jaren fall in that? Do they move him? He would be very interesting here. He'd be really interesting here. I know it's unlikely, but it appeals to me like if the Grizzlies are feeling like a tear down, if nobody else is there, if Daryl just catches them on the right day and decides to push some chips in for Jaren, multiple firsts with Embiid. It's interesting, but he's also not a supremely healthy player either.
Yes, you're right. Is anybody supremely healthy anymore?
Me.
Yes, there you go. This came from Chris. Rights to Ricky Sanchez at gmail.com. Hi, Spike, Mike, CJ Rebel, and Moose. Question 1. I have a proposition for the new Danny. Please hear me out. Player 1, 6'6", 215 pounds, 40% from 3, 8.7 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1 turnover. Player 2, 6'7", 203 pounds, 36% from 3, 9 points per game, 2.9 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.6 turnovers per game. Player 1 is Danny Green. Player 2 is a current player on the Sixers roster who, when I drink a few Surfside iced teas, could be mistaken for Danny Green. His improved defense, decent three-point percentage, and let's admit it, lack of team depth keeps this player in the rotation and for the most part is just a guy doing his job. But when he puts the ball on the floor and bounces it off his foot or misses a wide open 3 or passes the ball to the wrong player, I find myself smiling and remember our friend Danny Green. Player 2 is not Quentin Grimes. Player 2 is Justin Edwards. I understand this is not the first person who's to say the new Danny is Justin Edwards.
I think they're misunderstanding what we mean by that.
Yeah. Only Quentin Grimes does those Danny things.
Yeah.
Like the Danny thing isn't missing a shot or something. Yeah. It is throwing the ball off the backboard when you're trying to throw a pass to somebody. It is throwing the ball to the corner when there's nobody there. You know what I mean? It's dribbling the ball off your foot when you should have pulled it back out and settled down the offense.
Pulling up from 40.
Yes.
It's Quentin Grimes. Yeah, the specific thing about Danny Green, who's a player that I like and have enjoyed. He was on this podcast, right? We had him on.
He was.
Is that he is like the quintessential professional NBA player, classic 3-and-D, knows his role, knows where to be, simply better on the court because he's there. Makes everybody's lives easier because of how like in the right place he is. Every team could use Danny Green. And yet, 1 or 2 plays a game, he does the craziest thing you've ever seen.
Yep.
And it's a stunning development because of the reputation that he has. So I don't think Grimes is quite like that. He doesn't have he's not such a normal player. Like he has some juice within him that like precludes him from being a Danny type. So it's not exactly there, but in an effort to find a Danny on every team that we have, Grimes is certainly the closest, but Danny's a special guy, man. Special guy.
He is. And I think the fact that we both kind of felt it at the same time usually means it's right. I won't be moved off of it. I'm sorry. Question 2. I know both of you guys have lived on both coasts. If you could live on either coast, pretending your family and job were both there as well, which coast would you choose? East Coast or West Coast?
I like it out here. I like it out here very much. I also like it back there. I would like to live a bunch of places, or I like to daydream about living in a bunch of different places. Because I would obviously prefer to live in a more walkable city than the one I currently live in. So that is a certain drawback. But I do like it out here, and I will stay. I will be staying.
I like living in Philadelphia. I would say, though, that the cold as I get older is becoming more of a hindrance in my life.
Yep.
And Los Angeles weather, as great as it is underrated.
Yeah.
It is underrated to just have a day in fucking January where it is 71 and then at night it's 52.
Totally. I'm in a t-shirt, regular pants, light, like shacket.
I feel so relaxed when I go out to see my brother. I'm also not working, which also makes it more relaxing,
That'll help.
But
yeah, the amount of planning you have to do for I'm fucking freezing all the time.
Yeah.
And then I don't miss this happened at Ithaca all the time when you would be like, I'm so cold outside. And then you come inside and I'm so hot.
Yes, because you're covered and the heat's on, and
I don't miss that, the transition between those.
I found like it is so much easier to be healthy when I am out there than it is out here. I'm a healthy person. I eat right, I exercise, all those things, but LA specifically just makes it much easier. Though there was something about me that I feel like I'm supposed to be in this area. This is like my temperament is made for here. And the older I get, the easier it is. In terms of managing living here, not making me insane because everybody else is insane. Last one, I think we should get to this. Rights to Ricky Sanchez at gmail.com. This comes from Tommy. Hey, Spike Mike, CJ Harrell. Writing in mourning of the loss of the Mike barking ad lib. Would it really be any less ridiculous if he did it for another one of your partners? Which other partner has the most dog boat in them and could be honored by this tradition? Anthony Degli Obizzi, woof woof. Did you think you could add the bark to any other?
I think that's very nice. I appreciate this, and I'm glad that they hear this. I think it is up to whichever sponsor, not LL.
Yeah,
because he already has a thing. Whichever sponsor first reaches out to Spike or me, and wants the bark, it's yours. It's yours.
Yes, and text or email, guys. So
anything. It's a race against the clock.
Yeah, whoever
wants it, it's yours.
Yep, there it is.
And I will say, even though Barker's not a sponsor anymore, Moose likes the big Barker.
This is the most regular mentions of a sponsor you've ever done, and they left us 2 months ago.
They're gone. Well, this is me enticing them back. I have a dog now. Imagine the things we can do together.
Right. Okay.
We bought a couple because now one for the cage and one for the crate and one for by our bedroom. So we got them all. One for the car.
Get a travel one too. The travel one's great as well because you can't put them into your car. All right. We will. The next time we talk to you, the Sixers will play 2 games. So we'll talk to you on Sunday morning. Yeah,
we got the Knicks. The could be a trap game for the Knicks.
Yes, especially after
Cup
the big
hungover
championship.
Knicks.
Yep. You got to give them credit for not hanging the banner too.
I disagree.
Oh, really?
I would hang the banner.
Well, yeah.
It's in 5 years when the Knicks haven't won anything.
Yeah.
They're gonna wish they had hung the banner, and if they hang the banner, then embarrassing.
That's worse. Yeah. They play the Knicks and then who?
The Mavs. I need both actually. I need a win against the Knicks because they'll be hungover from the cup, and I need a win against the Mavs because they are bad. So I need a win on a back-to-back. I need Maxey to play both. I need Embiid and Paul George. I would like Paul George to play both. Embiid, we're going to get one, obviously. I would like Paul to play both.
No chance.
Well, then I think you go Embiid and PG for the next game.
I think you do it for the Mavs game because we're doing the podcast on Sunday morning.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just that's my thought.
If that factors into their plans, then who am I to stop them?
All right, we will talk to you this weekend. Are you done with TTP?
Yeah. You know, Lickface.